Secondarily, I'd like to thank Paul and Roy, specifically. The two of them have stayed on me about coming out to do this. I've enjoyed it immensely for 3 years. I love to get a chance to share. And thirdly, I'm going to tell you a quick little story and perform part of a piece of music for you. In the 1970s, I first started studying jazz piano with a fellow named George Eason. George was an amazing musician at the college that I attended, and I had an interest in learning jazz chords. Didn't really want to be a pianist, but I studied jazz piano with him to get that kind of harmony in my head. He became, after that, part of a very fun ensemble I played with for nearly 23 years. And 10 of those, a very intense ensemble called the Dillard Duo, which was an experimental duo that played everything from jazz to classical to avant-garde, experimental, and improvisational music. And George was the first instructor to turn me on to a very, very important American composer named John Cage. Some of you may not know who John Cage is. That's your business to look into later, after this is all over. John Cage is, we're in the midst of John Cage's 100th birthday year. And I've had the privilege of basically conducting the North American premiere of a new John Cage piece down at Bard College. John's no longer with us, but I was able to work with him a lot in the latter years of his life. And he became a very influential part of my life, but not nearly as much as George. And I lost George 4 days ago, and no one in this room knows that. He was an incredibly important person to me. And a lot of who I am comes from George. So in honor of both George and John Cage, who tremendously influenced me, I want to perform 2 movements of a very, very, very controversial work that was written by John Cage a long time ago, called 4 minutes and 33 seconds. I'm going to perform the first and third movement of that work for you tonight. And I'd like to dedicate this performance to the memory of John, who I was very, very fortunate to work with, and the memory of George, who I was most fortunate to perform with the last time in 2009. John Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds.